Hello again, YouTube land. This is going to be unscripted, but I'm keeping an eye on the clock. Updates. So I'm still working on my dieta, whatever you want to call it. I haven't really gotten rid of any weight, but I have gotten better at ignoring my cravings for things I shouldn't be eating and making better decisions when I do actually eat. The truth is, when I have something to do, I don't really get that hungry. I tend to get a bit obsessive about what I'm working on, which is why whenever I was employed, my weight always was a lower number. Um, Related to that subject, I completed and mailed my first commission network late last week and heard from my client yesterday, who lives in a different state, and they said they thought they were great. And as soon as the weather is cold enough to merit wearing them, they will send pictures along, which is awesome. So the same client had said that there were a couple other pieces that they would probably be interested in me making for them. And since I had a color theme suggestion for what this person might be interested in, I started working on one of the pieces, and I did notify them when I started working on it. I said, I hope you don't mind, but I have this kind of color scheme on hand, and I thought I'd get a jump on it. I'll send you progress pictures, and if you don't like it, I'll use this piece for something else, and I'll make you whatever you want. Um, so that's what I've been working on. And I don't have a significant amount done given how big the piece is going to end up being, but I've made a decent start of it. Um, so yeah, hopefully, I don't know. I mean, it can be time consuming, but it's not like I don't have the time, you know? Um, Related to free time. We are finally getting cable. For many years, Sam hasn't had it. He was in school, he was working, there was no reason to, really. And he knows himself well enough to know that if he had cable, he would then watch cable. And being a natural procrastinator, that would lead to some very bad use of time and complete lack of productivity. But he now has me. And since I am, I'd say most likely majorly the reason we're getting it, that and the fact that it was on a very good deal for a 2-year no contract policy with our service provider, um, that's why we're getting it. And I already told him, look, most TVs, including ours, have a sleep timer feature. I'll set it before I go to bed every night at 9, 10 o'clock. And when it turns off, so should you come to bed. Um, Lo and behold, he actually said, you know what, that might not be a bad idea. So, I don't know. At least he's willing. At least he's willing. That's the most I can say about it. As I'm sure you've noticed, by 3.5 minutes in, I am wearing my ears again. When I'm not discussing something that is too important to be costumed or farcical or satirical, I will be wearing them. As I mentioned before, it took me a long time to figure out where the hell they hid themselves after we moved, and now that I've found them, I do intend on wearing them. I like them. I think they're cute. They suit me because, I am a cat, and Sam doesn't have a problem with me wearing them. He likes them. He's told me he thinks they're cute. So, that will be the situation. What else? What else did I want to cover? Knitting work, ears, free time, table. Today is rainy, very rainy. Not like monsoon rainy, but prolonged throughout the day rainy. So I've been working on that knitting project I mentioned and trying to get some paperwork taken care of and filed and trying to put together a list of calls that I've been neglecting to make because I don't want to have to deal with them. But there comes a certain point where if you get enough of what you want out of your circumstances, you kind of have to pay the piper. So things have been going a little bit better for me lately with, progress on the knitting projects, getting paid for my knitting projects. And I said to myself, well, you know what? There's a certain level of karmic balance that needs to be maintained. And there's things about other circumstances in my life that I haven't been dealing with, and maybe I should. So that's what I've been working on. But that's about it, I guess, for the time being. Oh, today is my parents' anniversary. Yes, it is. The 19th of October. I think it's like their, what is this, 2012? 7th or 8th anniversary? I don't really remember, to tell you the truth. No, it's more than that. It's like 10 or 11. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Just blew my own mind with that one. So I got them independent anniversary gifts. Now here's the thing a lot of people do when they get a gift for a couple. They find the thing that the couple shares in common, which may be more than one thing, which is always good if you're going to, tie your life to someone else. But they don't appreciate the sometimes subtle, oftentimes more drastic differences between these people. My parents are not both foodies. My mom actually has a pretty self-restricted diet. So I got my dad a Groupon for a barbecue place in Augusta. He was happy with that. And for my mom, I went through this website and got her what they call a mini gift basket, which just means it's got 4 or 5 things in it that are only like between 2 and 6 ounces each of different kinds of chocolate. And I had it sent to her work because, unfortunately, my parents are workaholics because the economy sucks. So that was the best way to make sure that it got to her. And there's a desk clerk at her building, so it was able to be left with a clerk. So she called me last night after work, and she goes, "Honey, I got your basket. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you guys." Because I signed it for me and Sam. Because he doesn't know these things, and, as long as I remember, then it's fine. But when she was on the phone with me, she said, "Make sure to tell Sam thank you for me, too." And I just went, "I will be sure to tell him that as soon as I let him know what we got you." And she busted out laughing. Because it wasn't until she said that I completely forgot I hadn't told him yet. I mean, mind you, on both of their anniversary presents, I spent less than $30. So it's not like I was being exorbitant with our money. I just forgot to tell him it was this week and that I'd thought ahead to do that. So, happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. I guess that's it, basically. I'm going to go back to working on my knitting and enjoying Netflix, because the cable isn't being installed until next week. But it's in both rooms. So when there's stuff on that Sam wants to watch, I don't have to watch it if I don't want to. These are the little things that make a marriage work. So that's it for now, and I will talk to all y'all later, and hopefully the weather where you are is better.